Hey guys, it is me, the Wild West Gamer, here in my living room. Literally just finished watching the first of the E3 stuff. For those of you who are interested, who have been excited about E3, happy E3 day, I guess. Happy beginning of E3. So today was the day that Microsoft brought their stuff finally to the table. They showed us what they had. And you know what? I'm still disappointed. I'm sorry. First of all, sorry, just a quick thing. I apologise for the lighting. I've got the lights on dim. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Um, yeah, just underwhelming. Just still underwhelming. People are going to be watching this going, but what, they showed so much. Did they? Did they really? Really, did they? You tell me what was so fantastic. The one thing the one thing that interested me about the Xbox One was Project Spark, which I really thought was a fantastic idea. This idea that you could make your own game, your own level design, your own atmosphere, your own daytime settings, what was in the world, your enemies, villages, people, their behavior, everything, and then you could interact with each other in like a multiplayer mode. Taking on like armies of goblins is the scenario they showed us at E3. And you can use your abilities to change the world and create different things to battle them, and it looked really, really good. And that was something I was really excited about to see, because I was like, this is so fresh and so new and so innovative. This is exactly what a new piece of tech deserves. But the rest of it was just so fucking boring. You can fucking polish anything. You can polish anything you want to, within an inch of its life, and it's still, if it looks bland and generic, it's still not going to get me interested. And you know what? It still was that. The Battlefield 4 demo, well, there were some elements to it that made me go, ooh, the bit where, clearly the level design isn't quite as linear and as rigid as first-person shooters normally are. I mean, Battlefield sort of strayed in the past, has always sort of strayed away from linearity, but it's still just as much to blame for the corridor shooter sort of syndrome that Call of Duty has. This one seems to have sort of moved away from that. The graphics look great, the lighting looks great, the sound looks great, but it's still just with a gun shooting stuff. That just no one is like trying to do anything new with the first-person shooter franchise. And before anyone says to me, "Oh, what can you do with a guy looking forwards with a gun?" You can do so much. Just fucking think, all right? You get millions of pounds for the millions of dollars, sorry, for the budgets of these games, and they're just not even trying. So yeah, Battlefield 4 didn't really interest me. Halo 5, I guess it's just Halo at the moment, but it's the Halo Xbox One trailer. I watched that. Yeah, I just, every time I see it, I'm just like, it just feels like everything is being milked. Just all the EPs, all the EPs, all the IPs, all the franchises, all the things you used to love, just feels like they're being milked. Just within an inch of their lives. Halo 5, God, the first time I've seen Master Chief and I've gone, oh, for fuck's sake. It just, you know what? Halo 1, 2, 3, Halo ODST, and Halo Reach. I was genuinely, each one of those I was really excited for. Fuck, I was super excited for Halo Wars. But Halo 5 it's becoming so self-indulgent and so just samey. I mean, they've really got to pull out all the stops with the Halo series. I mean, really get back into what people want with this massive epic campaign. To be fair, I think the trailer they showed should have showed Arbiter. I think it shouldn't have been a chief underneath that cloak. It should have been the Arbiter. because that would have just made me shit bricks. I would have been like, fucking yes. Just to see Arby back in the Halo series would have been just so awesome. But no, they didn't do that. There was fucking Maiden as normal. There was NBA. Who the fuck gives a shit about sports games at E3? Call of Duty's been popping out some more stuff. Again, I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake, they've got this whole big spiel about an attack dog. Who the fuck cares, dude? Seriously, congratulations, Call of Duty. You've got a dog. Whoa, fucking hell, front page news there that you fucking decided that just being a guy with a gun shooting stuff is, boring. Now let's, let you have control of dog. It still doesn't look interesting. It still looks. Oh, it looks like that. It's boring. It is boring. Nothing is exciting me. I mean, they showed off what else they no something that did kind of interest me. Actually, it did. It was Rise, Son of Rome, which, to be fair, has come a long way since this fabled Connect brawler. It's no longer that. It appears to be a third. Well, it is. It's a third-person brawler, and you play a Roman soldier. I guess you're a legionnaire, but you're prefect. Yeah, you're prefect. You're leading your Roman soldiers. And by the looks of it, it seems to be entirely using a controller, which I'm quite glad about, because it looks really good. Actually, to be fair, it was kind of actually, to be fair, I was probably wrong in saying that Project Spark was the only thing that interested me. Rise, Son of Rome, actually really did actually get me going. Oh yeah, I'd like to see that. I would like to play a third-person sword and shield and affair. I'd love to play that. And the combat looks brutal. It looks good. It looks quite fluid. The set pieces were epic. The entire demo takes place as you are the Roman legions are storming this beach towards this massive stronghold, this barbarian stronghold, and it's fantastic. It's incredibly brutal, incredibly violent, just how you imagine warfare would have been back then. And it looks really, really good. So I'm excited to see what happens there. Likewise, Titanfall. Titanfall. See what's funny about this? All the interesting stuff, brand new, fresh IPs, and I would really love it if this generation we get, the rise of the new IP. Titanfall, which has you playing as soldiers as well as in Titans, which are these mechanized, power suits, big, but they've got this really cool look to them. I really like the art style, and it looks like it's got a decent story too. What was really nice about a lot of the stuff, that everything's felt really epic. The scale had really been ramped up, and it's weird. It makes the games we're playing now feel small, and I don't really know if people are going to know what I mean unless you see the stuff that's been released at E3. But it really does. You play the stuff now, and you may think that the likes of Far Cry 3 or or Skyrim or Killzone or whatever you're playing, the things it does in those games, which it does well, you may think that's that's the pinnacle. No, we're going to be treated to some really big stuff coming with the next generation. I'm really excited to see it, because for me, as I enjoy a good war game, and I'm hoping that we get some really good new IPs returning to World War II, because I think now is the opportunity to show the full horror of war in the next generation with massive battles. Would love that. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, this the next gen really seems to be just making everything more epic, ramping up the scale in every single way. So yeah, it really does look good, and I'm really excited about it. And of course, the big thing again was that the price tag was announced for the Xbox One, which is $500, or it's $499, but it's fucking swings and roundabouts, right? That's just nitpicking. My thoughts on that: $499 for a console, and this is apparently there's just one console. one version of the console, which is something I said in the last video, well, a previous video, that I would like to have all these consoles, just one PlayStation 4 version, one Xbox One version, one whatever. I just want one of each. I'm tired of going into going in on the day I finally get the money together, being bombarded with a billion different types. Just give me one console, and I'm hoping that Sony's press conference, its E3 press conference, will be, or even just fucking phenomenal, because they've really been handed the opportunity here to just completely dick on Microsoft. But anyway, sorry, back to Microsoft. £499 for a console. It's steep. It is really steep. I mean, you're talking, we're talking about half a grand for a console. Yeah, you're really getting into the domain of sort of who can afford this and who can't. And I'm going to be honest now. At this moment in time, with the economy how it is, with people, with people's wages being as low as they are, you ain't going to get a lot of people buying this game, or at least people who are, they ain't going to be buying much else for a long time. Seriously, I really think that these companies owe it to their loyal customers to ramp the price down. The people can be going, well, how are they going to make a profit? They never make a fucking profit on these things at first. They never do, regardless of whether their marketing strategy is the best in the world. They never, ever make a profit on these things. It's taken each of the companies, both Microsoft and Sony, to make fucking years. It has taken them to make a profit on them. It took Sony even longer because they fucked up with the price for the PlayStation 3. So yeah, I think the companies could do a favor to us, the consumers, and just lower the price a bit. I don't think it would really hurt. I think that doing that would be, certainly for Microsoft, a sign of them sort of learning and realizing what they'd done wrong, and that was by doing a really shitty press conference, and giving the games console just a not very fantastic introduction to the world. Yeah, we saw games. There was about 20 games in all that were sort of announced with the console. Vast majority I'm not excited about. I mean, most, not many were exclusives. They're cross platforms. So that's just not, that just doesn't, it's just a really weird one, if I'm honest. I think that I'm so excited about Sony's one, and I'm not saying this because I have a PlayStation 3. I used to own an Xbox. I was excited for both. I'm just really disappointed in Microsoft. They really hurt my original sort of idea of what they were going to be bringing to the table. I was really, excuse me, it's late. It is late. Sorry, I'm really tired. But I wanted to do this. Sorry, again, Microsoft just really hurt me with what they presented a couple weeks ago. I really thought they were going to bring everything to the table from the outgo, and it was going to be all about games, and Sony was going to be all about games, and we were going to finally see this big battle between these two gaming titans to see who could, and it would have just been amazing to see them one-upping each other all the time. Instead, what we've got is Microsoft have started on such a low platform that only now are they sort of, kind of building themselves up to the point where they should have been at the press conference. The work for them is so astronomical, it's ridiculous. And the fact is that all these games they've shown off, I've not heard one motherfucker talk about the Kinect. I mean, you saw in Project Spark him saying to the Kinect, well, let's make that woodland, or let's make that the Arctic setting, or let's turn it to nighttime, and let's make it 4 o'clock in the afternoon. All this sort of shit, interacting with the game. But you really telling me you can't use a controller for that? You really telling me there's not really a way you can use a controller for that, which makes the Kinect slightly pointless? I just don't understand what the big deal is with Kinect. It's such a fucking motion sensitive gaming had its day. The Wii did it so well. Yeah, and then fucking Xbox wanted to try, and PlayStation wanted to try with PlayStation Move and Connect respectively. You know what? It don't work. I'm not interested in it. It's not. It's a fucking gimmick. It can't be done right. It just seems to be a fucking failure each time. We did it fine, but the rest of them have just felt, because it hasn't been done by them first of all. It just feels like it's just them tacking it on, and and it's just. It just does no. It just doesn't do anything for me. Why can't? Ugh, ugh. Why can't gamers? Why can't we, the hardcore gamers, just be treated to a console which is all about gaming? We don't get any stupid gimmicks or add-ons or any of this crap we don't want. It's just about the games. So we'll see what happens at the rest of E3. But that guys was just sort of my opinion of the Microsoft the day, E3 day for Microsoft really. Just not a lot of stuff that I knew was going to be new. Fucking hell, they're going to release like new information on a whole new Gears of War and some shit like that. Fucking, it's just going to be like, oh, for fuck's sake, really? I just think they just really, really, really need to stop. Microsoft need to stop. Take a while out. I mean, they're releasing it in November this year, November for £500, $500. Sorry. I don't know. Just gonna have to wait and see. And it really is gonna be just waiting to see. But I would love it if Sony just go 230. Like I said, there was, whether it was true or not, there was an announcement that PS4 was going for £230. If it is, fucking hell, yeah, just buck. That would be just insane, and you would know that Microsoft just would be completely blown out the water, and people are already turning away from the Xbox because they don't want to pay that much money for a console, especially a console that you just watch TV on. So Microsoft, perhaps hold it back, perhaps delay the release, strip that motherfucker apart and pull out all that shit that you don't need, and cram in some more gaming hardware, and then maybe perhaps leave it till next E3 and try and do it all over again and surprise us with a better console. Who knows? But guys, once again from me, the Wild West Gamer, thank you very much for watching. Please comment, subscribe, like, do all that sort of shit. Please check out my other videos. Let's have a let's just keep going. Let's really sort of try and up the channel. I'd love to try and make 1,000 views by next month. I'd love to by the end of this month if possible. So guys, please do recommend the channel to your friends, send links, all that sort of stuff. If you like this sort of stuff, and you like the channel but it's a little bit guys, the only way it's going to get better is if you guys just tell me what you want. So please, I do these videos for you guys, so please, hopefully you enjoy them. So thanks guys for watching, and see you later, and enjoy E3, and see you on the next video talking about what Sony and Nintendo's up to. See you later guys, thank you very much. Now I'm going to drink some milk. Milk, motherfucker, milk.